Hello everybody, this is ZigZagZog coming to you from Western Kentucky, and we are going to continue our playthrough of Total War 3 Kingdoms, playing with the 8 Princes DLC, and we are Sima IE, and we're trying to continue our expanding in the south and hopefully survive at the same time. So we left off by taking Zanke, the small town. We got the Jin forces camped and fortified in our land, so we're probably going to move against him and have hopefully a nice little battle there. We got Bujun sitting out in the middle to react against any surprise incursions, and we just took over Yuzhang, the city, and we were down to just Sima having just one copper mine province left, and so we'll see how soon we can move against that. Let's take a look in Yuzhang first, because we did take it over, so we probably want to do a little repairing, although I noticed that we have a negative noble support kind of building. Of course, it's good for Reformation. I have a lot of negative Reformation buildings in here, so I'm going to have to see how that affects me over here. Right now I'm increasing, but when those come online and are repaired, we'll have to see if they give me a hit against that. And what I'm going to do in the meantime, just at least temporarily, is demolish this building as providing negative noble support. And the reason being, we have some major faction support to overcome, and once we fix the devastation, we don't need that building giving us also a negative hit, so we can get this province, this commandery back in order as quickly as possible. So we'll temporarily demolish that building, putting some negative support on us. We also have a promotion to do. Gongsha-ru is available for promotion, and oh well, when you know, if you've seen any other of my playthroughs, when I get tenacity of steel, that kind of trumps everything else. I love having that, especially someone who is a general for me over in this army. I love that perk on my generals, so we're just going to go ahead and apply that. And then we have an ancillary over here I don't want to forget about, a stone rooster. It looks like it would be a fit for Bujun. Does he have anything yet? Let's find out. Nope. So we got our perfect fit with the stone rooster over here. In fact, that leaves us with a wooden dog and a jade rooster, and I don't know if anyone else is in need right now. Oh, we do. We have the ability to add. Is it the right fit for him? Not really. They will increase satisfaction, but he doesn't need satisfaction, so maybe if we have something open on somebody who might benefit from more satisfaction, that would be a good place to put it. Now, we're okay, so we'll hold on to those other ancillaries right now and move on. Let's see, we repaired the city, we got our guy promoted, so it's time to let's take a quick look at what we might be able to build here. Let's take a look over in Sangwoo. Ooh, this is something I've been waiting. We haven't been able to afford it for a while, but we have a harbor trader available to build, so we're going to work on our commerce income and just go right ahead and do that one there. What else might we have? Changsha, I don't know that we have. I think what I need to be working on here is to get it up to the small regional cities. So at some point I'm going to have to save some of this money I'm earning just to get that up to a small regional city. Let's take a look over in Ling Ling. Well, we might as well just go ahead. We got the funds. We know we're going to need to grow that town. We'll get it growing right now. So that's it on spending. Our troops are okay. It looks like we have an opening there, but they're just injured and they haven't come back yet. So, and then as far as friendships, Ling Hong, Gongsha-ru, we have Ling Hong and Daiwuan Ming, and we have Gongshu-ra and Daiwuan Ming. So everybody who was involved in that battle became buddy-buddy. They were happy with their success. Now, given the fact that I have such negative noble support. That's a huge drop all of a sudden. I don't want to take my garrison out and make that change an extra 10 yet. So let's improve the devastation. We've demolished that building, so next turn maybe it'll be in a better situation to have us move out and finally get rid of Sima Chi and take over the copper mine. That's my thinking over there. Kind of get out of here. Ooh, Jikan, I don't remember his lands being that big, do you? Or have I just not been paying attention? He looks like, or maybe it's because they were that big, and the fact that I've taken over these neighboring provinces, I can now see how big his lands really are. But with that in mind, so I'm not distracted, is there a way, any kind of dealings we can do with Jikan down here, just so I don't have to worry about him? Because he did peak his, he had that army that peeked over and trespassed on my lands. And it would appear that we're in good shape with him and improving all the time. But now that Ron Shen is no longer part of the coalition, maybe it's time to see about increasing the coalition back up to give it some oomph. Looks like attitudes are good for everybody involved. So let's propose. There we go. We have a deal signed. So we have increased our coalition, and that, oh, in fact, we now see all the lands that he owns, another province that we couldn't have vision of. So we are hopefully solidified with peace down here as I move up against the Jin Empire. So let's, speaking of the Jin Empire, zoom in a little too far, why don't we? There we go. Let's take the move against this fortification and see if we can get it out. We got local forces that are making me take a hit on my popularity, so we don't need them camping out right inside our borders. So let's go after them. Oh, we don't get our good little battle over here. Well, we'll move right up to the border at this point. Kind of see if we can force him to go somewhere. Depending on where he goes, I've always got Bu Jun back here that we could build up at least as quick as we can to try and thwart his movements in another direction. Looks like that's probably it for this turn. Let's go ahead and see what the future holds for us. Any new nasty little surprises? Oh, is that the Jin Empire coming up against our trade port up there again? And then we have some movement down here. Oh, we're going to have to take a look at all these areas. Let's just take a look at diplomacy, Sima Yue, and Baijin. He is vassalized by Jin up on my northern border. Oh, that's beyond Bing. I think Baijin is up here too somewhere though. Yeah, there he is, Baijin right there. So that's up along the northern border, something to be aware of. We have a Jin Empire force moving down at that point right there. So it may be time that we have to. And then what have we got over here? Over here we still have him. He's just camping out across the border. Kind of a threat to keep me from moving Sima Ai away to take more of his provinces. So maybe I need to see about looking at gaining access and see what we can do with Sima Mao. Uh-oh, what's going on with Sima Mao? Sima Y, peace treaty signed between Sima Mao and a bunch of people. Insubordination. When ordered to leave the lands by a local official, your general simply answers with a laugh and orders the official imprisoned. Conviction regarding one's own action is to be encouraged, but not at the cost of exceeding rightful authority, lest chaos surely spread. Oh my goodness, last thing we need is dissatisfaction for a 20 turn duration for Ling Hong, who has also been an issue and a problem for me. Oh boy, so what does that do? Well, no, his satisfaction was high. It was Sima Yin. Okay, it was Sima Yin. It's not Ling Hong, but that's unfortunate that we have his satisfaction lowered, but it's not who I thought it was. I thought it was Sima Yin, and that would have been a hit. But looks like we can handle it with Ling Hong. What have we got? A new ancillary, Wuji. Instinct, satisfaction. We'll just hang on to that right now. Anyone interesting? We have some new folk moving through the territory, so it may be that we start stocking up and seeing who we might add to our force of Bujun. And we have built the craftsman, or finished demolishing the craftsman workshop and completed the town of Zhangqi, which is right here. Now we have Mao Ren. Now we may need to. Let's see if we can get any kind of diplomacy with Mao Ren so I can do this officially without working against us. No, we don't want war. What we really want is military access. Military. Negotiate a mutual military access agreement allowed. So whilst a military access agreement continues to exist between your two factions, this term cannot be... So we already have military access with Mao Ren. Okay, so that's good. I'm glad to refresh my memory. It's hard to keep track of who we've negotiated what with. So I can move right in there and go after the Jin Empire. And if he retreats, hopefully I can keep up with him. So we may have that little fortification battle after all. So first of all, let's get Bujun marching, because we have the Jin Empire up here. Force marching down to try and force my hand somewhere. And we need to get Bujun. Oops, let's get out of diplomacy. I always keep that open. We need to start moving north for ourselves to defend against the port. And at the same time, see about building our forces. Do we have someone moving through the area that might be a nice fit for us? That is the question. So we want to look at possibly Wen Kuo. We'll see who he's been with. Let's take a look at Wen Kuo. Sima Liang. Sima Di. What does he look like? Ling Hong he'd be happy with. Gong Shao Ru he'd be happy with. Arrogant, resourceful, friendly. He has the ability of gaining trebuchets. At least they show that they're in his current retinue, although they wouldn't be available right off the bat here. Oh no, there's current retinue. I thought that was odd. He has the hamstring ability against the enemy. Let's take a look at Tufa King. Comes to us from Zhangli. He's stern, so not bad. His force. Oh, his is the force that, although it doesn't come with it here, so there we go. For some reason it shows the wrong force, so he would have available the G militia to come with him. The other would, yeah, they're both G militia. They're both costing about the same. This guy's 49, this guy's 26. I guess that's what breaks the tie for me. We're not looking at any other big huge differences in my mind, so let's go ahead and bring Wen Kuo. into the army. And do we have anyone else that might be a good fit for us? And we don't have the funds right now anyway, but there are a couple strategists that could be a fit, high level, probably wanting high promotions. You name it, that's usually what they come with. Although we have Si Rui Pai. So that might be someone in the future. So we have some possibilities going forward as far as what we could add to our army. Do we have anything else we can afford? We can afford one more G militia. We're going to go ahead and do it because our per turn income at least is okay. Now the question is, and he's looking happy, happy, happy. I love that. So we actually added somebody to our forces who comes to us with great happiness. Something new and different for our playthrough experience. Oh boy. And now that we've got them here, do we want to try force marching without replenishment just to get them a little closer to counter? And I'm thinking we need to look at trying to do that. We lose out a turn of replenishment, but we're in better position to move on to Changsha as a defender. So I think that's just what we had to do, even though our forces will not be nearly built up properly enough against this Jin Empire force, which is strong compared to us, with some decent looking forces with my strategist. Not such a big deal here, although they're fairly high level promoted compared to me. So yeah, what kind of a garrison is left down in my trade port? We're all rebuilt and healthy at least, so if I get up there, at least I have a decent garrison to help me out. But we'll have to keep our eyes up here. And that's just Songwai down there. Let's hope the Jin Empire is at war with Songwai. We can get in there and look, but we'll pass on that for now. Let's take a look down in this city to see if we're kind of looking better. We're just worrying about faction support now, so if I take it out, that's 15 a turn. I think we might be able to stand that if we move south, because I kind of want to get moving south. It's harvest. Well, there's no way I'll be able to move against the copper mine this turn, and so I think what I'm going to have to do is I may hang out here for harvest, autumn, move to the border in winter, and then move south as rapidly as possible after that to the copper mine. I'm just wondering about my supplies if I move sooner, and I'm wondering about my replenishment if I move sooner, because at least in my cavalry I was depleted quite a bit. Let's just do this. Let's move out up to the border. I think I can take the popularity hit. So I have the option if I decide to go advance sooner. We're still getting good replenishment from this position, and I think we can hold on here with our negative faction support, because that negative faction support will deteriorate over time, and hopefully then we'll hang in there because there's no more negative building effects, at least. In fact, speaking of buildings, no, I don't have. I could always look at, when we get there, it's not too expensive, adding a school, which helps with my noble support a tiny bit. So we got options there. Okay, I think that's what we'll end with on this turn, as everybody else has moved. Oh, wait. We have... I almost ended my turn without potentially having a battle right here. And we have military access, and we're going to take advantage of that military access, and we're going to move Sima. Now, can he move far enough away? No. Take that, Jin Empire. It's a decisive victory, but I'm going to go ahead and play this one out just for the fun of it, and let's start the battle. What kind of a map are we looking at? Ooh, he's gonna be mega trees, and yes, I need my practice with mega trees. He has a trebuchet, so that's something we'll have to be aware of in making our advances. He doesn't. No, he has 1 cavalry, 2 cavalry units, so we out-cavalrize him. Although his melee cavalry definitely matches up well to all mine put together. So we're fairly even match. I just have more men, so I should take care of this without a problem. So let's close the map and get in there. And let's see if I can do better than a close victory and keep it a decisive victory. We shall find out. That's always the fear. Hey, it's decisive. Just auto-resolve. Don't take the chance of anything less. But we're talking about a forest battle. I suck at forest battles. I'm not the best at battles to begin with, so as you all can see as we're playing, I need the practice. So maybe what we'll do is move in through the trees to offer a little protection for us against those. We're right up against the hill, so we definitely won't be able to flank on one side, that's for sure. With that in mind, let's get our cavalry unlocked over here. And let's get them freed up to make some moves on their own. The rest of the force, now I do have guerrilla deployment. That worked to my benefit when I used that before. Whoops. That worked to my benefit before, so let's get this force up close and personal. Yes, I can get close. So this is one time where I'm not as worried, because if we can close in quick enough, fast enough, soon enough with these melee forces, we can start doing a world of hurt on them. And then once we have them tied up, get our cavalry moving as quick as possible around the flank, and then bring everybody else up once again as quick as possible. So that's our setup. We'll start out moving forward here. As far as generals go, Huang Fu Shang, we just got Tenacity of Steel, so I'm almost feeling confident to put him in a duel. But I think in this particular situation, we're not going to have him duel. We're going to let him use his range block chance perks against these guys as we move up. And Sima will try bringing forward as quickly as we can to see if we have any duels available. And we'll keep Sima Yin. We'll keep him kind of back also, so we won't duel him. There we go. So Sima is the one that's going to be hunting for a duel for us. And let's go and start this battle. Let's charge forward with these forces. And let's buff everybody up against their arrows. And now let's get our cavalry moving up and around. And then the rest of the forces, we want to move forward and get ready to support. And Sima, we want to go hunting. We want to go a-hunting. So he's charging in as I'm moving forward. His cavalry did a good job of coming around behind. Need to get my cavalry up here against these artillery, these archers. Let's get this duel going.
若是仅凭3言2语便可免除刀兵，倒也罢了。
And we take the first hit. Our cavalry is closing in now on their archers and crossbowmen, and I can't see where my reinforcements are. We need to bring them in here, especially against this cavalry that's been successfully charging in my rear and flanking us.
胜利近在咫尺，看剑，片甲不留，加速前进。
The duel is going well in our favor. And once again, it's hard to see everything going on because we are in amongst the trees. We have archers down here and we need to engage them instead of standing around. We got swordsmen. Who do we have that they can go against? Or let's start getting an overall picture. We got to move forces forward. Where do we have some stubbornness? We got some crossbows over here. Sima, let's send you over to help. Cavalry up here help out our axemen. That seems to be the main unit holding out against us. And as we go for this last archer up here, see if there's other units we can manage to run down in the process, so we have less to worry about next time should they escape and retreat. Now it's all about running down the remaining few, and we'll speed up this point till we get to the end. And that should do it. Oh, we managed to hang on and do a decisive victory after all, in spite of the difficulty of fighting through all the trees. I guess against their archers, the trees helped us from getting hit or something. But anyway, let's see how this force remains here and who we killed out of this force. Oh, that doesn't look good for the general. What is left of the force? It is no more. Or, yeah, that's the way it seems. We are going to release. He is already scarred. Yeah, we're going to release him. He decided he's going to be a pain on him desiring high court. Let's leave the pain in the neck there. Let's recruit to help rebuild our forces. And there is no more threat there. So let's move Sima back towards his lands and see if we continue against the Jin Empire, taking over the Zhangke Tea House. That is our next goal. Killed in battle was Deng Ji of the Jin Empire. So that was a successful battle for us. I got a little practice in those mega trees, but somehow we held on. I hate the trees because you lose track of who's doing what. You end up having a force you don't see standing around doing nothing. Of course, you can argue watching my battles that I do that enough when people are all out in the open and I don't see what they're doing and keep track of what they're doing. But anyway, let's take a look and see, do we have any buildings? You know, I think I'm not going to spend any funds on buildings, so we have potentially more money left to build on Bujun's forces over here as he moves north to counter what looks like a potential Jin Empire threat up here. So we're going to need to build him up as fast as possible. I am thinking we have at least a per turn income that'll allow me to do some of that. It'll just be limited to how much cash I have on hand to hire those forces and what my seasonal hiring limit is. So let's go to the next turn and see if anything interesting develops. There's a lot of activity on that northern border. We're going to have to take a look at who all these units are. And we do have someone. I lost track. Sometimes when they're moving, I get lucky and you can see who it is up north on these, on whose turn it is. But I did not. There was so much going on, so much to look at. Let's see. Sima Y has vassalized Sima Ying. Sima Ying, Sima Ying. Why does that sound like someone who's kind of to the north of us, but it's not. I don't see a Sima Ying up there. Autonomy guaranteed by Sima Y. So Sima Y is being active, and I happen to notice his face right north of us. So that's probably not a good thing to keep track of, because Sima Y, I have a feeling, will want to be moving against us if he hasn't already. Huang Jin is vassalized, so he's on the vassalizing kick right now. And Sima Qi has signed a peace treaty with Mao Ren. She's declared war on the Jin Empire. Friends stick together. The relationship deepens between Sima Yi and Sima Yin. So that's a good thing. Let's hope it helps satisfaction at some point. Friendships within the army, it's got to help a little bit. And rivals, Bu Jung and Huang Fu Shang. Yeah, nobody likes Bu Jun, but he's off on his own in an army, but he still is holding a high court position, which upsets certain people. Oh, well, and we have a large town built in Lingling now. Next step up is city walls. Okay, so that's the overview. Let's move in and see what we have to work with here. Let's take a peek at some of these forces, these excessive forces on our northern border. We have Sima Y. We have Sima Y. Sima Y is moving south in a big, big way. Oh boy, can you say wow. And Sima Ji of the Jin Empire. So the Jin Empire is moving south in a big way all of a sudden too. Looks like against Song Wai. Are they at war with Song Wai? Let me just find out for the Jin Empire. Who are they at war with? No, they're not at war with him. So, wow. Maybe we need to do some diplomacy negotiating. I'm trying to say it all in one word. Wow. We got forces moving down. We've got Sima Wai being very threatening up there. No, we aren't at war with Sima Wai. So somehow when we had been, or did I look at Song Wai? I want Sima Wai. So let's go make sure. I might have looked at Song Wai. We want Sima Wai. Yes, we are at war with Sima Wai. And there's going to be no chance at peace here. Negative 33, that's going to be out of reach. We're just going to have some tough times coming up, and I think it may be that we got to abandon our plans to deal with things over here and start bringing Sima Ai back this way to help with this threat on our northern border. And it may even be that I have to recall Ling Hong down here. So let's take a look at Sima Qi in negotiations real quick. Okay, he has hardly any forces. We would be able to negotiate. And he definitely would want peace with us. So we could definitely make peace with Sima Qi, and we'll have to come back here. I'm thinking we'll have to come back to this Jin Empire area over here anyway at some point. Maybe that's what these forces up here are doing in Bai Jin and Song Wai. Maybe they're moving south to reinforce these areas I'm threatening. But in the meantime, I think I gotta hightail it to my northern border because Song Wai is moving south in force against me. So let's take a turn. In fact, let's finish that negotiation. I kind of left without doing the one thing I want to do. Sima Qi got talking and distracted me from what we want to do. Let's make peace with Sima Qi. And I was supposed to get money from him. And I forgot, I just signed the peace treaty way... Of course, his attitude towards us all of a sudden by doing that is not going to be bad next turn. But I was going to get some funds and money out of that so I could build up my army right here. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So let's get thinking and let's quit misclicking and move north. Let's hightail it north. Once we get out of diplomacy yet again, let's hightail it north. We have to hightail it. We have a little replenishment we still need to do, but we need to hightail it out of here and get north. So let's start the boogie and let's start traveling. That's a foolish peace treaty. I should have gotten money from that so I could better build my armies. Shame on me. I think we're also, even though we have some depletion here in our melee units, we're going to also have to force march Sima Ai. Besides, we're in enemy territory. We aren't going to get any replenishment there as we move through Mao Ren's area. At least it looks like we're going to have at least some good roads to move through on, at least is what it looks like. So let's get moving this way. That should help our speed a little bit. And then finally, the last decision, do we move to the port of Changsha? I have a feeling if I move to the port of Changsha, then he starts moving south to the city of Changsha. Where do I have the better hope of hanging on? And I guess here we're looking at possibly losing that Changsha, dang it, port down there again, just because Sima Y decided to come south so fast and in such strength. Wow, wow, wow. So he obviously outnumbers us tremendously. Changsha port is kind of stuck out there once again. And let's see who we can recruit after we take you off force. Oh, we got to be able to... Did I move too far in force march so I can't even recruit? There's 2 mistakes already in one turn that we've taken. So we can't even recruit this turn. So that's going to come back to haunt me. I can guarantee it. I guarantee it. Wow. That's going to hurt. That's going to hurt. Okay, guys. Since I'm starting to get sloppy, I think this is the point where I'm going to need to take a break. I'm missing stuff left and right. Let's reorient a little. Yeah, that was what was throwing me off. What we'll do is we'll come back next time. We got some big challenging threats coming forth. Some 2 full stack armies from the Jin Empire. 2 full stack armies coming from Song Wai moving south towards our cities. And we are under high threat and we can't, I know, get our reinforcements up there quick enough. But we'll do our best. Anyway, this is ZigZagZog signing off from Western Kentucky. And thank you very much for watching.